What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Mountain Motorsports in Roswell. And yes, that 2019 Ducati Multistrada 1260 Pikes Peak Edition is the bike we are going to be doing a first ride on today. This is the motorcycle that I have always considered to be my gentleman bike, when I'm a little bit older and I need the one bike to just dominate the world on. This is what I've had my eye on. I am super excited for today's first ride. But before we get on my gentleman motorcycle, I do want to remind you guys that if you are in the market for a motorcycle, check out Mountain Motorsports and tell them you want first ride special pricing. It's a top link down below. You got to sign some stuff, but I've got you guys special first ride only pricing. So if you guys want to come in here to any dealer of Mountain, only in Georgia, and get the best deal on a motorcycle, no haggling, no nothing, top link in the description. Check it out and bring it in and just see what the pricing could be on the bike you are looking for. Hopefully I can save you guys a ton of cash on your next bike, especially if you are one of the lucky people looking into the Pikes Peak edition of the Ducati Multistrada. That's all I got. Let's look at some pretty photos so we can get this video going, because I'm excited. Oh, what do we have here? No key? Oh, we've got the wireless key because we're fancy. Look at that fanciness. All right, let's go. Alright, dudes, oh my god, if I could explain to you guys how excited I am for this bike. I actually don't remember the last time I was this excited for a motorcycle to do a first ride on. 2019 Ducati Multistrada. Oh my god, are you serious? Holy crap, I cannot believe how much I can touch the ground. I can flat foot the ground on this thing. Insert my inseam here. Oh my god, I don't want to keep talking. I just want to go. All right, you push it up. Oh my god, I am so excited. What ride mode are we in? We'll start in urban. So urban mode is going to be the chilled out most mode. You guys can see all that kind of stuff. We'll go back. Man, Ducati, props on the menu system, dude. That is so nice. We got a quick shifter. Let's go back. So enduro mode is going to be like the off-road mode. We're not going to really get into that, but oh my gosh, this feels so cool. Okay, here we go, boys. Dream bike status right here. Dude, I get so excited for these bikes that right now in my life I would not be able to afford this motorcycle, but because I do first rides, I get to just do rides on bikes like this. All right. Oh my good god, dude, yes. Alrighty, 2019 Ducati Multistrada Pikes Peak Edition. So the Multistrada is going to come in a couple options, guys. They're going to have the 1260, the 1260S. They've got the 1260 Air, which has literally got like airbags and shit. And then we've got this. This is the 1260 Pikes Peak Edition. You're gonna get a couple extra carbon bits. You're gonna get some suspension, some forged wheels. That is what we're gonna have on this bike. You know what, this is adjustable, right? Oh, that's amazing. Okay, we're in urban mode, and when I pull the throttle in third, yes! Oh my God. All right, so let's talk about this engine real quick. This is Ducati's Multistrada DVT engine. This engine supposedly has variable timings or some kind of witchcraft on it that at low RPMs like we are right now, it makes the engine smooth and torquey. And then when you get on the highway, supposedly, the engine changes to give you higher horsepower to pull you through the highway. Freaking nuts. This bike is also $25,000. It is not cheap, but the amount of electronics that this bike has is mind-blowing. Like, I'm not even able to go over everything, but you're talking cornering ABS. You're talking anti-lock brakes, obviously. You're talking traction control. You're talking a suspension setup that changes itself to the type of riding you're doing. Like, bro, this is the pinnacle for motorcycling, and this is an adventure bike. You guys remember we just did the first ride on the KTM 790. I complained a lot about a 21-inch front tire. We've got 17 inches on the tires on this bike, and let me tell you, they are glorious. Looking at this bike online, it looks really big and really intimidating, but once you sit on it, it's got a lower seat height, and it doesn't really feel like the big scary motorcycle that it looks like. These mirrors are absolutely phenomenal. I can see everything behind me without having to make any weird moves. I also noticed we were in touring mode, not in urban mode, which is a mistake on my part. So one of the differences in the modes is urban mode actually is the only mode that cuts the horsepower down. It cuts the engine power down. So touring and sport mode, those actually give you the full power, but touring mode evens out the power. So sport mode gives it to you fully, but touring mode just makes it come on a little easier, which is nuts. Because you guys can tell it's powerful as shit, and we're in touring mode. We'll have to wait till we're up here, and I'll change it into urban mode for a little bit, but we're obviously going to be in sport mode when we get to that highway. All right, let's try to get it in urban mode real quick. Riding mode, urban. Urban, that's what I want. Yeah. Interesting. I'm not sure what I do to change the mode. Like, the mode didn't change. It just put me into the menu. We're going to figure out how to get it into mode, because I want it in urban mode. Even though touring is phenomenal. Oh my God, yes. I love this motorcycle. Holy balls. Holy freaking balls. I want to put it into sport mode, but dude, I kind of love touring, so I'm kind of conflicted right now. God. All right, let's lean over a freaking oh. Oh my God, I love a super powerful engine where the electronics are doing everything they can to make sure I don't kill myself. Ah, I love it. Where's neutral? Where's neutral? Come on, let's get to neutral. I need to get into a different riding mode. I see that it shows me touring. Dude, I'm gonna have to pull off and look into a different riding mode, or it's how to get into it, which is not good. All right, let's talk about body position real quick while I'm just like gaga over this bike right now. Body position, my legs are slightly bent up. They're kind of bent back. I'm in like, my legs are in a sporty riding position. The top part of my body is super upright. My arms are kind of horizontal. It's a very comfortable riding position. I'm actually gonna pull into this racetrack because I want to figure out how to change the riding modes. You guys know it would be an absolute travesty if we got to the highway and weren't in sport mode. can't do a U-turn there. Well, especially with a cop. All right, here's our U-turn opportunity. God, this bike rides so well, dude. And for being such a big bike, it's incredible. Oh my God. Throttling up on this bike is absolutely freaking nuts. All right. Quick shifter too, by the way. Did I mention that? Probably not. Too excited right now. Alright guys, so we're going to figure out riding modes real quick. Mode. Oh, you just hold this down. That's what it is. Oh, it even tells you right here, mode is a black button, which I assume you hit enter to go into the info, but you hold the button, you go into modes. Alright, so we're in urban. We're going to put it in sport because why not? And then it's in sport mode, it clicks into it, perfect. Alright, easy enough. So, is that heated grips? Bro, yes. Oh my God, dude. So now we're in sport mode. I'm not going to have more engine, but I'm going to have more instant engine. Now, to be honest, touring mode was everything I could have ever imagined for a bike. Like that, the way this bike responds in touring mode is exactly how I want a motorcycle to respond. So this will be interesting to see how sport mode changes. Jesus Christ! You guys can't feel it, obviously, but so many electronics were just turned on to make this bike not do a backflip, buck me off this motorcycle, and throw me down the street. No, don't go. We're not even on the highway. Oh my God. So do you guys remember when we started this ride and I was like, this is my gentleman's bike, this is the bike I want when I'm an older man? I'm pretty sure that's wrong. I want this bike now. F waiting till I'm an older man. I want this shit right now. Oh my, am I about to say this? This is the best bike I've ever ridden. Are you kidding? I can reach the ground easily. I've got this really cool trellis frame. I've got an engine for days. All right, we're stuck at a red light, so like, jeez. Let's talk about this dash for a second. Full color TFT dash. I think Ducati did a really good job of giving me all the info that I need. This changes per mode. Urban mode changed it a little bit, but I mean, like, you got all your electronic info right here. Quick shifter up and down, traction control at 4, ABS at 2, wheelie control at 2, what mode you're in, the gas. You got all this info down here. Infinite amounts of info. Bluetooth button thing, so I'm imagining this bike can control, can connect with your phone and stuff. Guys, dead honest, I think I might be riding the best motorcycle I've ever ridden. Just, it fits me height-wise. My legs can be slightly bent. I've got this really comfortable upright body position. I love the position of the handlebars. This bike has really just got everything I look for in a bike. It's got this cool little situation, so if we want to be super sporty, we can do that. And we're going to be on the highway, so I can easily adjust it up. This is everything. Boy, it's important to note, if you want to, you can turn all the electronics off. Now, you guys know this is not my motorcycle. I'm not going to turn those electronics off because they are going to allow me to stay alive on this bike. All right, boys, the highway test of the 1260 Ducati Multistrada Pikes Peak Edition. Leaning it over is even nice. I'm gonna apologize for the wind noise, fam, because it's about to be shit. Let's do a cop check. We're in sport mode. We're in first gear. Oh, you all ready? I don't think you are. We're at 100? When the shit did that happen? Oh my God, yes, bro. What? Oh my Lord. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Oh my gosh, it's pulling at 100. What is happening? All right, chilling out. The beautiful thing is this little windscreen is throwing the wind over my head, so I can't even tell what is happening, like how fast we're going. But it does an incredible job of like making this little cockpit so I can see everything I need to know. Oh my God. And cruise control, right? Cruise control, set, we're chill. Bro, yes. Oh my God. This bike pulls infinitely. I can totally tell this bike, it's got this crazy amount of torque on the street, which typically means the highway is gonna suck ass. Then you get on the highway and that engine does whatever it does, and then it pulls you with that horsepower along the highway. Oh my gosh. And with the screen I can duck down and I've got no wind. Oh, by the way, auto blipper down, start killing the game again. Oh my Lord, fam, yes! I don't know what to say. Freaking wow. This is so incredible. I mean, is the bike expensive as shit? Yes. 25 grand ain't cheap. But when I tell you that this is the most amazing bike I've ever ridden, I'm being dead ass. Alright, let's try changing the modes while going. We're in sport, turn down to urban, closed throttle, as per usual. We've got an entirely changed dash. Now we're in urban mode. Our horsepower is dropped to 100. We can now chill. This is going to be your rain mode, your increased traction control and stuff like that. We've got a lower seat, but it still feels so good leaned over. Man, 17-inch front, 17-inch rear is the money. That is where you want to be. Wow, I can totally tell that this bike has taken a massive hit in the horsepower department, being in urban mode, which is fine. You know, we put it in that mode. But wow, what is it controllable in urban mode? Urban mode, if I owned this bike and I commuted to work, urban mode would be the mode I put it in the morning on the way to work before I had coffee. And then when I got off of work at night, I'll put this bitch in sport mode and be like, I'm going home, motherfucker. Which is cool. That's all we needed to know about urban mode. So now we can go back to my favorite mode, and that's touring. Closed throttle, we're back. Yeah, boy. That touring mode gives me all my horsepower. It only gives it to me in a smoother package. Makes it a little easier to ride around, you know, on these like city streets. The combination of this engine that gives me smooth and strong torque when we're down low in the RPMs, along with this upright seating position and these wide handlebars, I have so much control of what I'm doing. And I see the Multistradas all the time, and from far away they do look a little menacing. They look big and they look, you know, like they're hard to handle. This thing is far lighter than I would have ever imagined it being, and it literally handles like a 600, y'all. It's hard to explain, but I am not here to lie to you. I am here to get around this van as fast as possible. And we're going 90 somehow. I even love the freaking grips. Are you serious, my fam? I could take this thing to a freaking track day, dude. Get some track tires put on this, call it a freaking day. Yes! Oh my God! This... Y'all, holy shit. I got a new dream bike. No lie. That is the electronic saying, hey, I'm doing everything I can for you. I just want to see what'll happen. Hold on. Alright, close throttle. We're in sport. I just want to gun it in first and just see what the torque is down low. Dude, the wheelie control, the wheel was just like broop, broop, broop. The wheelie control was doing everything it could. Oh my god, we gotta, let's just go back into touring mode. So the Pikes Peak Edition is gonna have slightly increased brakes, so let's check them. Yep. Come to an instant stop. Woo! The suspension on this thing is also called Skyhook. Some type of weird name Ducati's got for it, but honestly, it's kind of weird. The suspension is supposed to do all types of changes to make sure the bike and the suspension on this bike is in the peak settings at all times. I don't really understand any of that kind of shit. All I know is the bike feels phenomenal. So if that's called Skyhook, you can call it whatever you want. As long as it feels like this, bro, I'm good. It is important to note the bike has cornering ABS. Cornering ABS is the new level of ABS. It's the, you know, cornering's a no-no zone for brakes, not with cornering ABS. The brakes on this bike are also, they talk to each other, so if you're in a corner, you hit the brakes really hard, it's going to give the right amount of brakes to the front and the rear to make you not fly into a golf course. I'm having a hard time explaining to you guys how light this bike feels. It takes absolutely no energy for me to get this bike going back and forth, and that's on these little city streets, dude. I could not imagine this thing in the mountains. And like I said, it's got to be these wider handlebars, the upright seating position so I can get my weight behind it if I need to. All that combined makes it phenomenal. I love the amount of turning we can do on the front. You know, those Super Sports, Luke's bike. Luke is one of the guys that works with me on Wreck Bike Rebuild, currently working on a Panigale, so go check that out if you want to win a beautiful looking Panigale. His Monster, I feel like his handlebars can do this. This thing, freaking, look at this. I could make a U-turn on a dime. Another cool thing that we can't really test out here, but maybe we can see it at some point in the video for the follow car. It's got cornering lighting. Now when I read that online, I wasn't really sure what that meant, but one of the sales guys told me that when you are in a corner at night on this bike, the DR rails light up to light the corner up. It's absolutely nuts. And the only way this bike will be able to do that is the myriad of sensors that it has all over the bike. The electronics package on this thing is absolutely insane. Obviously there's an IMU that kind of measures where the bike is in space, but there's all types of like vibration sensors and just all types of stuff to tell the computer of the bike where this bike is and what every piece of the bike is doing. I keep forgetting I got that down blipper. I don't have to do all the throttling and stuff that I'm used to. Look at this big bike, right? Tight little parking spot. Nah, bro, nah, I can do whatever the hell I want. I can park this thing wherever I need. All right, holy shit, dude. So that was amazing. Let's leave the bike on for a second and I'll show you guys what the front looks like. I've got those LED front lights. Oh my gosh. All right, I love them. All right, cool. Let's turn the bike off. All right, guys, 2019 Ducati Multistrada Pikes Peak Edition. It's basically the race version. It's got carbon fiber bits to lower the weight, and I think the weight is down 10 pounds or so from the regular bike. We've got forged aluminum wheels. That rear wheel looks sick. This is a Termi exhaust that you get on the Pikes Peak Edition, along with the Öhlins front and rear. The color scheme is that black, red, and white, which is absolutely beautiful. This is the engine. Testra Stretta DVT. That DVT is the part where the engine is actually going to be changing depending on, you know, the type of riding you're doing. You guys can see the seat does this weird thing where it comes down. That's how it has that low seat height. I think 32 or 33 inches or something like that. Now this is the look I was talking about earlier to you guys. It's got this like pterodactyl looking front. You either like it or you don't. I personally think it looks cool. I love having sharp angles. And you know, you can see it kind of has this like mean front with like a nostril situation. Really cool stuff. Got a kind of exposed engine with a trellis frame. I love red trellis frames. You guys know I like red a lot. Obviously you see a lot of red on my channel. I guess I take that back. I would switch that out, but other than getting a tail tidy, I cannot think of a single thing I would do. I don't want to get anything powder coated. I don't want to get anything wrapped. I don't want to get any modification. I just want this motorcycle. So guys, if there was ever a bike that you need to go to my website to check out the photos I take of it, this is the one. If you're on the same boat like me, where this is your dream motorcycle, 100% dream motorcycle, you guys got to go check out Chaseontwowheels.com and check out the photos we take of this thing. I'm going to be taking them later on, but I'm super excited for it. Or you can check out my Instagram, Pikes. There is going to be an immense amount of photos of this thing. I want to get back on it. I don't even want to sit here and keep talking about it. Go for it. I got the key in my pocket. We're good. Oh my God, that seat height is incredible. We got the freaking heated grip, so if we were going to be riding it in the wintertime, we're good. Sheesh, man. In order to sum this entire video up, this is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best motorcycle I have personally ever ridden. There is no doubt in my mind, this is my new favorite motorcycle, and I promise you, from now to the time I own one, I am going to be trying to figure out a way for me to afford a $25,000 motorcycle. Who is the bike for? Typically, I would say this is an adventure style bike. So I imagine the demographic is going to be a little older. It's a very expensive bike. You got to have some cash, so it's not going to be an entry-level bike. But after riding this bike and seeing how well that engine changes to the circumstances that it needs to be, this is what I consider the perfect motorcycle. The engine is going to change to where if you want to get on the highway and freaking bomb down the highway, you guys saw we were going 130 before I knew what I was doing. It changes to give you more horsepower on the highway so you can do those highway pulls. Then when you're around town, the engine modifies somehow to give you more smooth low down torque, which gives you the grunty engine around town, which is what you want through traffic. The bike looks big and intimidating, but once you sit on the bike, you move the handlebars around, you move it back and forth, the bike feels super light, at least compared to what you were expecting, you know? It's got room for a passenger, so if you have a wife and you want to do a trip, you can. It's got plenty of engine to handle that. You can get panniers and make it a freaking traveling bike. You can rip those bitches off and take this thing to the mountains. This bike is everything I could ever ask for in a motorcycle. And if you are like me and you're kind of in that naked bike space where that's what you want because that's more usable engine for the type of riding you do, and that's what you're looking into, if you can afford $25,000 for a motorcycle, you cannot get a better motorcycle, in my opinion. I want you guys to understand, I'm not just saying this bike is really good in one aspect of riding. This bike is amazing in every single aspect I can possibly think of, other than price. And with that being said, the 2019 Ducati Multistrada Pikes Peak Edition is the motorcycle to beat. Not in any category, not in anything, in everything. This is the best motorcycle I have ever ridden. Guys, I have nothing else to say. I cannot fathom anything more to say about this motorcycle. It is my favorite. It is the one I want. I don't need to look into any other motorcycle. Before I get out of here, I do have to give an incredible shout out to my guys over at Mountain Motorsports. I borrowed this one from the Roswell dealer. If you guys are looking for a bike and you're in the North Georgia area, they've got like 5 locations here in North Georgia. Check out that top link for first ride special pricing, and it will give you guys a no haggle discount on whatever bike you're looking for from those guys. Highly recommend it, and hopefully it can save you guys some money. If you guys do go into mountain and you do the whole first ride special pricing, let me know in the comments, because I'm really excited for you guys to save some money with those guys. I've really enjoyed working with Mountain for all these years, doing all these first rides for you guys, and I'm really excited to be able to work with them to give you guys discounts on the bikes you guys are buying. So hopefully you guys can go check those out, and let me know if you do down below. And guys, share this video out to somebody that is looking into a Multistrada, or if you want to show them what the best motorcycle on the road can be, because that's this, at least in my humble opinion. Thank you guys in the outro crew for getting to this point in the video. I know it was a lot of laughing and joyfulness, so I know you had to suffer through that. You guys make sure to hit that like button if you got to the outro crew. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for getting to the end. The only question now, outro crew, is how do I buy this? How do I buy a motorcycle that costs $5,000 more than my brand new Jeep when I got it 7 years ago? How do I do that? I don't know. What I do know is I am going to do nothing but try to figure out how to make that happen, because I will own a Ducati Multistrada now. I will 100%. I'm looking at you. I will own this motorcycle at some point in time.